You know what? Having men and women in the same barbershop slash salon, it isn't a bad idea. Nerd Soul. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bring you that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we about to get into another wonderful episode of movie reviews. We're going back a little bit. We're going to talk about Barbershop: The Next Cut. And once again, this movie's been out for a while. We've all seen it, so let's just have some fun and spoil this a little bit. There's a couple things that I wanted to talk about as I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know what? I never reviewed this, so here we go. I love the message to Chicago because usually you don't see subject matter that could be heavy, like very heavy, to be played out in a comedy where you have literally just a bunch of stand-up skits. But it ends up being sort of endearing. But things that aren't endearing are a couple of the characters. And first, I got to get on your boy Tariq from Power. All right, look, this kid, for some reason, plays the angsty, like, kid that needs a butt whooping every day. Like, every role he is in, it's like he needs to get smacked in his mouth. I don't know what is wrong with this kid. I mean, look, I know when teens get a certain age, they have problems, and you know they have attitudes, but it just seems like Tariq. And I know I'm calling Tariq. His name is not Tariq in this movie, but he's Tariq. So whether he's in Power, whether he's in Barbershop, it just seems like this kid is truly, he's typecast as the bad black kid. Like, he's just like, every time you turn around, he's always being smart. He knows what's up. He's an adult. You can't tell him nothing. And he learns his lesson. The thing I do like about this movie is that he comes around to a realization that, you know what? I do have it better than most kids. My parents do care. And maybe I should reel some of this stuff in. And he reels it in just in time to be able to reconnect with his father that truly wants to protect him and isn't trying to do him no wrong. Because, you know, Ice Cube is a good dude, man. I mean, it's Ice Cube. Who doesn't want Ice Cube as a daddy? All right? Ice Cube is a good dad. He's cutting hair every day. You know what I'm saying? He's a blue-collar father, and he's just trying to move up in the world. And speaking of the world, everyone in the world is in this movie. Like, yo, look, when you make a black movie, like, everybody black has to be in this movie. Straight up. Like, I looked up, I'm like, yo, we got JB Smoove, we got Winston from New Girl, we got, of course, Sad is already there, you got Ice Cube there, but now we got Common there too. On the ladies' side of the barbershop, or the barbershop slash salon, you got Regina Hall, you got Nicki Minaj. I can't remember the other young lady with the longer braids that Sad calls Poetical Justice. And there's some other young ladies too. But, like, you know, whenever we do a movie, we make sure everybody is in it. You know, Eve returns. You got your boy that's in, like, the city politics. He returns. So it's nice to see kind of our returning cast of characters mixing in with our new characters and kind of having a good time on screen. Because when you can see in these movies, they're having a lot of fun. Like, of course, you know, they're trying to make money with Barbershop. But the fact is, like, they're on screen just having fun, man. These are just a bunch of actors that are like, this is cool. It's a great excuse to be on the big screen and just tell a bunch of jokes. Because that's what this movie is. This movie is a loose plot strewn together, or strewn together. I don't know. Did I make up a word? Anyway, strewn together. We going right now. Strewn together with a bunch of stand-up skits and random stuff. But the standouts in this are JB Smoove and your boy, oh boy, your boy Winston from New Girl. They are standouts for me. They are really funny in this. And they get a lot of time to be funny in the discussions that they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, they they have these wild discussions about, men and women's relations, about gang violence, about, about crime, about politics, and of course, just like any other barbershop movie, this is very, very similar. It's just that instead of like Save the Barbershop, now it's Save the Streets. And I know that can get old, but sometimes something that's old can still be good. Like, I had a bacon cheeseburger yesterday. I've had a lot of bacon cheeseburgers, and it was still good. So it's possible. I know people are saying, oh, well, it's Barbershop, it's just the same movie, but it can still be good. You can still enjoy it. I'm not saying that you should go see this in like AMC Prime or something, but it's still fun. You can enjoy it. It's a great conversation piece, and you can talk with your friends about the different things that they're talking about on screen. And one of those things that got me talking about what was going on screen is when Common and Cube get into an argument. I completely remembered that I forgot that Common and Cube had a beef in the 90s. I was like, hey, I forgot there was beefing in the 90s. Like, you can go back. I can't recite the lyrics. This is a family show. But they weren't best friends. It was small. It was short. I think it was 2 songs, or 3 songs. But they squashed it. Everything's cool. It's good to see them back here. But when they come at odds in the barbershop, it makes me go, oh, snap. I forgot about this song, which I can't even say the title of the song. But but it's cool to like see them together because it takes you back and you're like, oh, man, they had a beef before. And, they're talking about relationships and stuff because Common's character and Nicki Minaj's character. Nicki Minaj is trying to get with a man that she knows is married. Now, my fellas out there, let me tell you, let me sit y'all down for a second. Check it. If a woman is coming after you, and as Mos Def says, she has all the right weaponry, run. Just run. Ain't nothing wrong with running. Just run. If you see a woman coming at you and you know she wants you, just turn around. Just go the other way. I'm trying to help you. But, hey, look, do what you want to do. But before you do what you want to do, don't forget you can find me at Black Hollywood Live. That's right, the first online network for African Americans. So dope. And you can find them at blackhollywoodlive.com, where they have celebrity interviews, after shows, sports talk, geek, nerd, tech, all that. And you can find so much more at youtube.com/Black Hollywood Live. So with the conversations of government versus grassroots and which one is better, or should they work together, or does one owe the other something, with the discussions of gang violence, with Tariq having so many issues with his father and issues with the gang, and should he be with them, and where his alliances as far as like his coming of age. Also just a sense of community and what you owe your community and what your community owes you. There's a lot to enjoy and talk about this. And it's interesting because I was straight up going to give this movie nothing but 2 stars. All right, because the movie is not extremely great. But inside of this film, I realized that there's a lot of stuff in this film that becomes a great conversation piece if you're watching it with like a couple of friends. Even if you're just watching it with like one person, like say if it's you and your boy or you and your lady or something like that, you can actually have a lot of conversations. And I think there's something to be said about art that provokes conversation, that provokes engagement. And this movie actually does that. And it does that while it makes you laugh. So actually, I'm going to give this movie a nice, solid, standard 3 stars. That's right. The movie is funny. It's got a lot of familiar faces. It's enjoyable. And you actually get to bring up a lot of stuff about what is our place in our community. Like, what do we owe to our community? What can grassroots movements do? How strong can they be? How much can they affect the world? And it also deals with family issues of wanting to be larger than you are, wanting more. Should you want more? Things like that. It deals with like marriage. It's very interesting the situations this movie covers under the guise of being a silly film about a barbershop. So guys, if you ask me, should you watch Barbershop The Next Cut? My answer is yes. It's already on home video. It's not going to hurt. It's probably on Netflix or HBO or something, and you can check it out. So I want you to holler at me down in the comments. My question to you is, what is your favorite part, or what is your favorite discussion from Barbershop: The Next Cut? Because I didn't realize this movie was as much as a conversation starter as it is. So, of course, that's my time. And before I bounce, I got to say, hit me up at ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check me out. All my videos are there from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt player. And don't forget one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There's no better way that I can tell people that you like what you are watching. And a big shout out to all of my people on Facebook holding me down. I think we just broke 800. That is crazy to me, to imagine that 800 people are interested in any of the topics that I cover. So just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's super dope. And LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please, man, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And on the real, you can make a difference, man, in your own community. This movie is inspired. Make a difference, y'all. Peace.